Welcome to the 2020 Rosyth School Mathematics Prelim Paper 2 answers. Grab your pens and papers and let's get started. Question 1. Uncle Bob sells bubble tea at $6.30 per cup of 700 ml. He only sells one size of bubble tea at his stall. So this means that all his bubble tea will be 700 ml, okay? And each cup will be $6.30. Uncle Bob wants to make $1,000 a day. What's the minimum number of cups he must sell? So it is $6.30 for one cup, correct? Let us find out how many cups $1,000 can sell. Okay, so 1 over $6.30 times 1,000. So this number we're going to get here will be the number of cups that he needs to sell to hit $1,000, okay? So using our calculator, you realize that this is your answer. Okay, so what's the minimum number of cups he must sell? He needs to sell 159. We need to round up. Okay, because if I sell 158 cups, I won't hit $1,000. I need this amount to hit $1,000. So in this case, we need to round up. And so the minimum number will be 159 cups. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Miss Lee bought 8 over 9 kg of butter. 1/3 was needed to bake a cake. Okay, cake. And she wanted to bake the greatest possible number of cakes. So the greatest number of cakes Miss Lee could bake was 2. Let's find out, okay? So part A, 1/3 kg is 1 cake. How many kg of flour does she have? She have 8 over 9 kg, correct? So use this same method. This is a divide and this is a times. Okay, I'll take 1 to divide by 1/3 and times 8 over 9. Okay, because this is paper 2, we can just do it easily because we can use a calculator. And you find out that your answer is 2 2/3 cakes. Okay, so what's the greatest number of cakes Miss Lee could bake? It is 2. In this case, we need to round down because she only has this amount of flour. If I were to bake 3 cakes, I will need more than this amount, which is not what she has. So the answer is true. Alright, so this is the answer. That's why it's true. Let's go to part B. After baking, Miss Lee had 2/3 kg of butter left. So she baked 2 cakes, correct? So 1/3 plus 1/3 is 2/3. Okay, how much butter does she have left? You just need to take 8 over 9 minus will be 2/3. Using calculator, our answer is this. Okay, so this is wrong. It's false. Let's move on to question 3. Question 3, the solid below is made up of 11 cubes. Okay, so the 11 are here and it's arranged this way. Draw the side view of the solid on the grid below. So this is the side view. Okay, if we were to turn our heads and be here, we realize that there's one box here. Okay, so we're drawing this box. Okay, so the next box at the side is also only one level. So we draw this box. Okay, and the last box here, there are 3 levels. Okay, so this is how it will look like. That's it. Okay, let's move on to part B. Nora painted the whole solid including the base. Then she took it apart into its 11 cubes. How many of the cubes have 2 of the faces painted? I'm going to change back to the blue pen, blue marker. Okay, so if we look here, realize that all these parts will all be shaded. Okay, they will all be painted. Alright, and I'm going to erase. Let's single out a few cubes and see how many sides they are painted, okay? Let's look at this top view. It will be painted here, 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 and the side, and this side. So there are a lot of sides painted, so it's out, okay? Let's go to this cube. It will be painted here at that side, and at the side at the back, it will also be painted. So it's more than 2 sides already. All these are also more than 2 sides. If you look at this, all the corner pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, because even the bottom is painted. So I'm only going to single out those that are painted with two sides, okay? So this will be the cube that is painted with two sides because the top and bottom will be painted, okay? So this is one. So the other one will be the cube beside it, okay? The cube beside it will only be painted at that side and at the bottom, okay? It's the cube beside it, which is the cube underneath this cube, okay? So that's the second cube. So how many cubes have two of the faces painted? It will be 2, okay? Try and visualize on your own. Let's move on to question 4. Question 4, the diagram below is drawn to scale. Use a protractor to find angle A. We can never use a protractor to find something that's more than 180 because our protractor can only measure 180 degrees. So what we can do is we can find out what's the angle here. Okay, and then angles at a point is 360. So it's 360 minus whatever angle we find, and then we can get our A answer. Okay, so let's find out. Okay, the angle is about 135 degrees. So we are starting from here. So we have to use the inner scale. And then realize that it's in between 130 and 140, which is directly in between. So the angle is 135. Okay? And then your answer will be 225 degrees. Okay? And that's it. Okay, question 5. There are two numbers. One is 3 times the other. They have exactly 4 common factors, and 3 of the common factors are 1, 3, and 7. So there's one number here and another number here. Okay? I don't know which one. I don't know the numbers yet, but let's find out. This has 1, 3, 7. This has also 1, 3, 7 as factors. And they have 4 common factors. So this is 3 of them. How can we find at least one number out? We have 1, 3, and 7, right? What we can do to find out what one of the number is to take 3 times 7. Multiply the common factors, the factors that they have. And we are going to get 21. So 21 will be one of the numbers, okay? So I'm going to find the factors of 21 now. Okay, so these are the factors that 21 has. So there are 4 common factors and one is 3 times the other. So this number will just be 21 times 3, which is 63. Okay? So now let's find out the factors of 63 and see if it's correct, okay? Okay, this is common, this is common, this common, this common. And here we got it. The answer is 21 and 63. Okay, let's move on. Question 6. A sum of money was shared among 3 girls, Maggie, Alice, and Cecilia. Maggie received $M and Alice received twice as much money as Maggie. So Maggie will be called M, and Maggie has $M. How about Alice? Alice received twice. So it's M plus M. Or you can take M times 2. Okay, you're also going to get 2M. Alright, and Cecilia received $55 less than Alice. Alice is 2M, so Cecilia will be 2M minus 55. And that's it. Express the amount of Cecilia's money in terms of M. We are done with A. And we are going to get 1 mark. Okay, let's move on to B. If M is equals to $35, find the total sum of money shared by the 3 girls. So if M is $35, that means Maggie will have $35 because Maggie is M. Alice will have 35 times 2, which is $70. Cecilia will have $70 minus 55, which is $15. Okay, if we add all of them up, we are going to get $120. And that's how we get the full 3 marks. Okay, let's move on. Bought some pots of plants at $15 each. He also bought an equal number of identical bags of soil for the plants. So the average price of a pot of plant and a bag of soil was $12.50. So I like to draw the triangle whenever I see the word average. Okay. Total, average, and number. So there are two things, which is plant and soil. So number is 2. The average is $12.50. So we can find our total by taking $12.50 to multiply by 2. And we're going to get $25. Okay. So this is the total of plant and soil. The plant is $15. Okay. So the soil is 25 minus 15. Got it? Because this is the total. And we need to take the total to minus away plant to find soil, which is $10. Okay? So this is the price of soil. So the average, Mr. Chan paid $45 less for the bags of soil than the plants. So how much, what's the difference between one pot of plant and one bag of soil? It's 15 minus 10, okay? So it's $5. So this is the difference. Got it? Between the soil and the plant. So Mr. Chan paid $45 less than the soil, which is correct because the soil costs lower, it's cheaper. Okay, so we just need to take 45 to divide by 5 to get 9. Alright, so he bought 9 plants or soil. Okay, because it's the equal number. Okay, he bought equal number of plants and soil. So how much did he spend on the plants? Plants is how much? $15. That's it. And our answer will be $135. 3 marks. Okay, let's move on to question 8. The figure below, not drawn to scale, is made up of a circle and a right angled triangle XYZ. Okay, so this is where the triangle is. Okay, so XY equals to YZ. This is equals to this. So this is kind of like an isosceles triangle, you can say. And we can also say that if this is 20 cm, this will also be 20 cm. That means the diameter is actually 20 cm if you see it. Okay, got it? So find the area of the shaded part. This is the shaded part. And we can find the area of triangle. So the thing is, how do we find the area of unshaded part? Is it any shape that we know of? It's an irregular shape. It's actually very odd. So one thing we can do is we can cut it up. Okay, we can cut it up into quadrant and a triangle. Okay, so do you see it? This is the quadrant and this is the triangle. Okay, I cut it directly in the middle. So this is 10 cm and this is also 10 cm. Got it? So let's find the area of the small triangle. It's half times, what's the base? The base is the radius, correct? And the height is also the radius. So half times 10 times 10. I'm going to get 50. Okay, and can we find the area of quadrant? It's 1/4 times pi. What's the pi? 3.14 times r times r. The r is 10. Okay, so using a calculator, I'm going to get this answer. Okay, so the area of unshaded part would just be this. And this is unshaded. Okay, we have one more thing left to do, which is to find the area of the big triangle. Okay, so the area of big triangle is half times, base is 20, height is 20. We are going to get 200 cm square. And what we need to do to find the shaded part is just to take the big triangle to minus away the sum of the unshaded. Okay, and we are going to get 71.5 cm square, which is the answer. And that is 3 marks. Okay, let's move on to question 9. Rectangular tank measuring 60 cm long, 15 cm wide, and 40 cm high was 1/3 filled with water at first. Okay, so at the beginning, there was 1/3 amount of water. And then Devi filled 4 identical bottles with water to the brim. And then she poured all this into the tank. And it became 3/4 full. Okay, so the general outline of this question is to find out how much water there is when it's 3/4 full, and how much water there is when it's 1/3 full, and then we can find the difference. That difference will belong to these 4 bottles because that's where the water came from. Okay, let's start doing. So 1/3 times volume of water is length, breadth, height. We multiply all of them together, okay? So 60 times 15 times 40. Just use a calculator, you're going to get this answer. cm cube, because it's volume. And then after that, it's 3/4 full. So same thing, 60 times 15 times 40. We're going to get 27,000 this time. And then what did I say? We got the deducted, correct? After deducting, we're going to get this answer. Okay, and this is going to come from 4 bottles. So what's the capacity of each bottle? 4 bottles, 15,000. Okay, 1 bottle will just be 15,000 to divide by 4. I'm going to get 3750. Okay, so cm cube. That's it. If you want to leave your answer in ml, it's okay also, because 1 cm cube equals to 1 ml, so it doesn't matter, it's the same units. Got it? Let's move on to question 10. It's made out of a rectangle, ABCD, this is the rectangle, and 2 squares. These 2 are the squares. Okay? And EJ and HG are straight lines. So when we have straight lines, that means we can deal with vertically opposite angles. Okay, we have to find angle P, and we are only given one angle, which is this 33 degrees. So it's going to get a bit complicated, but try and follow, alright? The first thing we can find is ADG, because it is part of this. Because we can make use of the 33 degrees. So all corners of our rectangles and squares are 90 degrees. So we can just take 90 degrees to minus 33 degrees to get 57 degrees. And there we have it. This is 57 degrees. Okay? So if you realize this is a trapezium, because EF and DG are parallel and it cuts here. So this is actually a trapezium. And how do we find this angle here? We can just take 180 to minus 57 degrees, because angles in between parallel lines adds up to 180 degrees. Okay? So with this angle, we can find out what's this angle. Because AD is a straight line, it's part of a rectangle, and this will just be 57 degrees, because 180 minus 123, you get 57. Okay? So this is a 90 degrees, and this is 90 degrees, because this is the corner of a rectangle, and this is a perpendicular angle formed by the 2 straight lines. Okay? So what's this angle here? This is a 4-sided shape, correct? So to find this angle, we can just take 360 minus 90 minus 90 minus 57. Okay, we are going to get 123 degrees. So this is actually 123. I'm going to pull it out and put it here. Okay, 4-sided shapes are always 180 degrees. 360 degrees, I'm sorry. Okay, squares 90, 90, 90, 90, 360. Rectangles 90, 90, 90, 90. You also get 360. Okay, please bear that in mind. So with that, we can find out what's this angle. Okay, it will just be 180 minus 123. And we are going to get 57 again. Alright, so this is a right angle. So what is this angle here? We can just take 180 minus 90 minus 57. We are going to get 33 degrees. Okay, so if this is 33 degrees, we can find our P. We can just take 180 to minus 33 degrees, and we are going to get 147 degrees. And that's it, our P is 147 degrees. Okay, a bit complicated, but if we maneuver it one by one, and we get closer and closer to P, we can get our answer. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Alex and Benjamin were each given some stickers. Okay, Alex had 4 times as many stickers as Benjamin. And after Alex gave away 203 stickers, while Benjamin gave away 26 stickers, Benjamin had 3 times as many stickers left as Alex. So how many more stickers did Alex have than Benjamin at first? Okay, this question has, you can either use a ratio method or a model method to do it. In this case, I'm going to choose model method to do it because as I draw, you guys can see and then see if you guys can attempt it on your own. Okay, I'm going to draw a model first that will show that Alex had 4 times as many stickers as Benjamin. And using that same models, I'm going to show you how I can change it into Benjamin having 3 times as many stickers left as Alex. Okay, it's a method and it's a technique that you can use for other questions also. So I'm going to start drawing the model and you guys can see it and see if you can do it on your own as I draw it, okay? Okay, so I'm done with drawing Alex having 4 times as many stickers as Benjamin. This sentence is done. So Alex gave away 203 and Benjamin gave away 26. I'm not going to cut this model up because I don't know how many units 203 is and I also don't know how many units 26 stickers is. Okay, but I can skip to the next sentence and do this part first. So Benjamin had 3 times as many stickers left as Alex. I can draw it in a way that shows that he has 3 times as many stickers as Alex right in this model. Okay, I'm going to do it right now and you see if you can use the model to do this question on your own. So after giving away 26, Benjamin will have 3 units. So the 3 units will look somewhat like that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this means that Alex has 1 of this unit left. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that this part here is actually 26. Okay, so Benjamin has 3 small units now and 26 that was given away. I can do the same for all of this here. Okay, and one thing to note is that this whole thing here is your 203 stickers. But this is not enough. We have to make it such that we can deal with the 203. Right now, it's what? 3 units plus. I don't know how many units this is. So we need to make it such that we can use it. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it, okay? Now, do you guys see it? And that's it. I made it much more organized. I'm done with this sentence. I'm done with this sentence also. And now I can find out how many more stickers Alex have than Benjamin at first. So let's count the number of units, okay? So it's 3 small units plus 26, 3 small units plus 26, 3 small units plus 26, and 3 small units plus 26. So total, how many small units are there in between these 203? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are 11 units. So 11 units is what? It's not 203. It's 203 minus away all these numbers I see here. Okay, because once I take away the numbers, that means I'm only dealing with the small units. Okay, using a calculator, you're gonna get 99. So that means 1 small unit is 99 divided by 11, which is 9. Okay, so let us find out how many stickers Benjamin have at first. Benjamin is 3 small units, so 3 times 9 plus 26. Okay, that means Benjamin has 53 at first. I'm gonna put here B. Alright, and then Alex. Alex is 1 unit plus 203. Okay, so Alex is 9 plus 203, which is 212. And the difference between them is just 159. And there we have it. Do you see the power of a good model now? With this model, I can do a lot of things. Okay, so you need to keep practicing. You can watch this video once, then after that, do it on the paper on your own. If you're stuck, come back and watch it again. And that's how you learn and get your A's for your PSLE, okay? And yeah, that's it. I will move on to the next question now. Question 12. Mel has a total of 648 black and white buttons. He has 360 more black buttons than white buttons. So, before I move on, I'm gonna find out how many black buttons and white buttons Mel has first, okay? So black, white. The total is 648. So in order to find white, I just need to minus away the extra part protruding out here. I am going to get 288 and then I'll divide by 2. I'll get 144. Okay, so white has 144 And black will have, let's find out, 144 plus 360 equals to 504. Yep, black will have 504. Okay, so done. And he puts all the black buttons equally into empty black boxes, while he put the white buttons equally into empty white boxes. So there are thrice as many black boxes as white boxes. So when they say that they put the black buttons equally into empty black boxes, and the same thing for white, one thing to note is that there are different number of buttons for each color. For example, white buttons can have like 10 in each box, while black button can have a different number. Okay, they do not have the same number of buttons in each box, but they do have the same number of boxes. I mean, black will have 3 times as many boxes as white boxes. Okay, so the next sentence tells you that because there are 3 times as many black boxes as white boxes. So if I have 3 black boxes, I'm having 1 white boxes. 1 white box, I mean. Okay, so this is what they're trying to say. Got it? So, done. Each black box contains 4 more buttons than each white box. So, for each white box you see here, black will have whatever white has, but plus 4, and plus 4. Okay? So, how many white buttons are there? 144. Black buttons is whatever plus 4. Okay, come. Let's do it. I'm going to draw a model and you see if you can understand, okay? So for every black box, there will be 4 extra, correct? And that's not it. We have 1 more box. And 1 more box. Okay. It's a bit ugly, so let me try and make it nicer. Okay, so for every number of white buttons in the white box, I have this extra. Okay, so what's the difference? The difference is actually 360, right? Because there are 360 more black buttons. But this is incomplete because we don't know the number of boxes. Right now it's 1 white box and 3 black boxes. Okay, so let's continue. If I were to draw another model, it's not going to be 1 white box anymore. Okay, it's going to be just black and white. We're not dealing with 1 and 3 anymore. I will draw it in such a way you guys can see it, okay? So there are 3 units of black boxes, correct? And then there will be 4, 4, 4. Correct? So if I draw it this way, can you guys see it? I'm pushing everything to the left side for the units and the extras on the right hand side. Okay, and now maybe we can do something about it. What's the total number of white beads? It's 144, correct? So we can also put 144 here. Okay, and like what I said, this is the 360 also. Because black buttons has 360 more than white buttons. So let's deal with this now. The first thing we should do is to take 360 to minus 144 and minus 144. What are we going to get? We're going to get 72. Okay, so this is the small difference. And this is the big difference. And in order to find out how many of these sets we have, we need to take big divide by small. Okay, so it's 72 divided by 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is also equals to 72 divided by 12, which is 6. Okay, so now we realize that we have 6 of this. Okay, so how many buttons are there in each white box? So how many groups are there? How many boxes are there? There are 6 boxes. Okay, 6 groups or 6 boxes. So I'm going to continue it here. So total I have 144 white buttons. I'll just take 144 divided by 6. I'm going to get 24. So there are 24 buttons, white buttons, in each box. Okay, so this part you need to understand, because this is 144, this is 144, and this is 12. But what I'm getting here is 72. So this is the big difference and this is the small difference. To find out how many sets of 3 black boxes we have to take 72 divided by 12 and we get 6 boxes. And so that's it. Okay, this came out in one of the years for PSLE, so please look at this carefully, understand it, and redo it on your own. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 13. The graph shows the number of visitors to the museum from January to June. Okay, first things first, we always have to calculate the number for each month first. So let's count how many spaces there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 spaces, and the interval will be, just use a calculator. So 100 divided by 4, you're going to get 25. Okay, so each interval is 25. Let's count. There are 2 intervals. So 200 plus 25 plus 25, you're going to get 250. The next one, 600. March has 300. April is 600 plus 3 spaces. So you can get 675. May will be 800 plus 1 space, which is 825. And then lastly, June is 500 plus 25, which is 525. In which 1 month period was there the greatest change in the number of visitors to the museum? Let's see. Looking for the graph, right? It looks like it's either January to February or March to April. So we can always try and find out. Okay, 600 minus 250 equals to 350. Okay, so this is for Jan to Feb. And then from April to March to April, the difference is 675 minus 300, which is 375. Okay, so my answer is March to April. Okay, that's our 1 mark. In the month of June, for every adult visitor, 2 visitors were children. That means adult to children is 1:2 units. Okay, the model will look like that. Okay, 1 adult, there are 2 children. How many visitors were children in June? What's the total number in June? It's 525. Okay, so how many visitors were children? We can easily take 525 divided by, how many units are there here in total? 3, correct? We're going to get 175. Children has 2 units, so we cannot forget to multiply by 2. Your answer will be 350. And that's it. From January to February, what was the percentage increase in the number of visitors to the museum? Okay, we found an increase here, but since we're doing part C, I'm going to do it again. From February, it's 600, and January is 250. So the difference will be 350. Got it? So the increase is 350 over the January, which is 250, and then I got the times 100, cost percentage. My answer will be 140%. Got it? Yep, and that's it. Let's move on to question 14. Question 14. The figure below shows a rectangle and 11 identical shaded circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. So each shaded circle is in contact with those next to it. So basically they're stuck together. And the rectangle has a perimeter of 384 cm. So find the radius of one circle. Let us find out how many diameters there are in for the length and for the breadth. Okay, so this is 1, and this is 2, this is 3, so this is 4, this is 5, 6, and 7. So there are 7 diameters here. Okay, let us find out here. Okay, So this is 1. We have 1 here. We have 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there are 5 diameters here. Okay. So I'm going to change my pen. Okay, for part A, let's find out how many diameters there are for the perimeter. Okay, length has 7, breadth has 5. Okay, so total there will be 24 diameters. Okay, and 24 diameters is just the perimeter of the circle, for the rectangle, and it is 384 cm. Okay, and we can always find out what is 1 diameter by simply dividing. Okay, after we divide, we are gonna get 16 cm, and we can easily find our radius. Okay, radius is just diameter divided by 2, which is 8 cm. And there we have it, 1 mark. Okay, let's move on to the next question. More identical shaded circles are added, and the whole rectangle is then covered with the maximum number of shaded circles. Find the area of the circle that's not covered by the shaded circles. Okay, how many circles can I fit in? Let's find out. So there are 7 circles here. I'm going to try and draw it. Okay, and there are 5 circles here. So 7 times 5 is 35. Okay, 35 circles is the maximum. Got it? I'm not going to continue drawing because it's going to take a long time, but do note that it's 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. That's how I get 35. Okay, and I need to find the area of the rectangle that's not covered. So let us find the area of 1 circle first. Okay, area of 1 circle is pi is 22/7 times, what's my radius? We found it, 8 times 8. Okay, my answer will be 201 1/7 cm square. So when you type it in the calculator, try and write it in mixed number instead of decimals, because it's easier to work with. Okay, so how many circles do I have? I have 35 circles, so let us multiply. Okay, the total area that all the circles will take up is 7040 cm square. You see, after we multiply by 35, our fraction is gone. Okay, we're getting a very, very nice whole number. So let us find out what is the length of the rectangle and the breadth of the rectangle. Okay, 7 diameters. So it's 7 times 1 diameter is 16. 16. And then the breadth is 5 times 16. Okay, let's find out. This is 112 cm. And this is 80 cm. Okay, so this is the length and this is the breadth. I'm going to continue here. Okay, I'm going to draw this part. So the area rectangle is simply 112 times 80. And we're going to get 8960 cm square. Okay, so what we need to do now is just to take the area of rectangle to minus away the total area all the circles are going to take up, and we are going to get 1920 cm square. Okay, not a hard question, but finding this part out might be a bit tricky. Okay, just keep practicing and you'll be fine. Let's move on to the next question. Question 15. The figure below is made up of a right-angled triangle ABE. ABE, okay, the right angle is here, and 2 isosceles triangles. This is isosceles, ACF. Wait, ACF is this isosceles. And CDF is this. Okay, so DF equals, yeah, because it's isosceles, so this is what it means. And we need to find out what's ABC, which is this angle. Okay, one thing to note is that angle ABC is actually part of the right angle triangle, which is ABE. Okay, so as long as I find this angle, I can actually find ABC. So let's get started. Let's deal with this triangle first, this isosceles triangle first. This is 52 degrees, and let us find out what is this. Okay, so angle DFC is part of an isosceles triangle, so I just need to take 180 minus away the angle at the top, and then I divide by 2. I'm gonna get 64 degrees. Okay, so this is 64 degrees. So with that said, that means this whole angle is also 64. I'm going to use another color. So this is also 64. Okay, the pink one. So let us find out what's FCE, which is this angle here. Okay, so if the pink color, FCE, if the pink color part is 64 degrees, we can just find out this part by taking 64 degrees to minus away 34 degrees. And I'm going to get 30 degrees. Okay, so this is 30 degrees. Okay, so let's move on to ACF. ACF is here. So do you all realize that there's a right angle here? So this right angle is 34 plus 30 plus ACF. So to find angle ACF, what should I do? I should just take 90 to minus 34 and minus 30. What I'm going to get is 26 degrees. So this is 26 degrees. Okay, so this is an isosceles triangle. So can we find out what's AFC? We can. We can find out what this is by taking 180 to minus 26, and then we divide the whole thing by 2. We're going to get 77 degrees. So this is 77 degrees. Okay, so what is EFD? We need to find out what's this, correct? And this is a straight line. So angle EFD is just 180 degrees to minus 77 minus 64. I'm going to get 39 degrees. So this is 39 degrees. Okay, so we need to find out what this angle is. Okay, then after that we can use vertically opposite angle to find out what this angle is. So how to find this angle? This angle is just 180 because angles in a triangle adds up to 180 to minus 52 degrees minus 34 degrees. It's 94 degrees. Okay, so if this is 94, this will also be 94. So can we find out what's angle AEB? Or we can call it FEC. Okay, so AEB equals to, so this is a triangle, correct? So triangles are always 180 degrees. We minus 39 minus 94. We're going to get 47 degrees. So we are done with this. And then we can finally do our last step. So what's angle ABE? Or we can call it ABC. We can just take the total angle in the triangle, 180 to minus away 47, which is this, and we minus away the right angle. Okay, we're going to get 43 degrees. It's a pretty long question, but don't worry, okay? Step by step and you can get it. So 43 degrees. Okay, let's move on to question 16. 16, Yanti decorated the sides of a rectangular board with 16 buttons, and they were placed at equal distance along the sides of the board. Okay, we can see it from here. And the length of the board is 210 cm. Okay, so what was the breadth of the rectangular board? So how many buttons did Yanti used? Okay, it's a female. So how many buttons did she use? She used 16 buttons, correct? And there are 6 buttons. So I'm going to draw 6 here also because their lengths, they're the same thing. Okay. So to do part A, right, we need to find out how many buttons there are for our breadth first. Okay. So we take 16 minus 6 minus 6. We are going to get 4 buttons. Okay. So these 4 buttons have to be divided because there are 2 breaths. Okay, so there are 2 buttons each breath. Okay, so we have to draw 2 here. So now breadth 4 buttons, length 6 buttons. Okay, but some of it overlap. But anyway, these 2 I already drew it in. So total there are 16 buttons here. What was the breadth of the rectangular board? Let's deal with the length first. How many spaces are there? Now we don't deal with the buttons, we deal with the number of spaces. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. So 5 spaces is 210 cm. Our breadth has 1, 2, 3 spaces. I'm going to write it out. So let's find out what is 1 space first. 1 space is 210 divided by 5. I'm going to get 42 cm. Let's find out 3 spaces. 3 spaces is just 42 times 3. We're going to get 126 cm. And there we get 2 points, 2 marks. Okay, so our breadth is just 126 cm. Okay, let's move on to the next question. After that, Yanti decided to use a combination of ribbons and buttons, and she spent 1/4 of her money on 16 buttons and 4 ribbons. Okay. And the cost of each ribbon is twice the cost of each button. So part B. Okay, 1 ribbon and 1 button. The ribbon is twice, correct? So ribbon will have 2 units, while my button will have 1 unit. Got it? So Yanti bought some more ribbons with half of her remaining money. So remaining money in this case is 1 minus 1/4. You're gonna get 3/4, okay? Don't be careless for this part. And how many buttons did she buy all together in the end? How many ribbons, I'm sorry, did she buy all together in the end? So I'm not given the price. I'm only given the relative price, which is the ribbon costing twice as much as a button. So I need to either change all of this to buttons or all of this to ribbons in order to do my question. Okay, so 1 ribbon and 1 button. How do I make it the same? I need to put 2 buttons, correct? So my 1 has to become 2 so that the price is the same. You understand? I'm just adding 1 more button here. Okay, so from this model, we can see that 2 buttons equals to 1 ribbon. Okay, from this model here. And how many buttons did Yanti buy? She bought 16 buttons. I'm just going to put capital B for buttons, okay? So how many ribbons is that? It's 1/2 times 16, which is 8 ribbons. Okay, so 1/4 of her money can buy you 8 ribbons plus 4 ribbons. Okay, which is 12 ribbons. Okay, for those of you who are confused at this point, what I did was I changed this 16 buttons to 8 ribbons. Okay, because they're the same price. Okay, with this, then I can continue doing my question. Okay, so what I did was I converted it all to ribbons. So I'm going to continue my question here because there's no space there. Yanti bought some more ribbons with half her remaining money. Half of means multiply. Remaining is 3/4. I'm going to get 3/8. Okay? So 1/4 is equals to 2/8. Okay, I just multiply. So 2/8 can buy me 12 ribbons. Okay, you get it? I'm changing it to over 8 so I can deal with this over 8. 1/8 can buy me 6 ribbons. So 3/8 can buy me 6 times 3 ribbons, which is 18 ribbons. Do you understand? So Yanti bought some more ribbons. This some more ribbons is 18. And then at first she had 4 ribbons. So in total she bought 22 ribbons. Got it? Yep, and that's it for question 16. We need to be very familiar with this conversion part, and then we need to realize that we have to add back the 4 ribbons that she bought the first time. And that's it. Let's move on. Madam Yap sold some t-shirts in March. Okay, so medium size XL not shown, S and L shown. Okay, 50% of the t-shirt were in L size. So that means S plus M plus XL is the other 50%. Got it? So that means this is 50%, right? The other 50% will be these 3 sizes. Okay, so what is the total of M plus XL? We can just take 50%, which is 400, to deduct away the S size, which is 320. That means medium size plus L size is 320. Okay, got it? Because this 3 adds up to the other 50%. And the ratio of M is to L is 5 is to 11. Okay, total there are 16 units. So 16 units equals to 320. Okay, so how many t-shirts were in size M? M size is 5 units. So we can just straight away find 5 units. And we can use this method. 320 over 16 times 5. Your answer will be 100. 2 marks. Okay, let's do part B here. Madam Yap sold all of her t-shirts in the size of S at the usual price. Okay, so 80 shirts sold at the usual price. And the shirts that's M size are sold at 25%. So I found out that M is 100, so I'm just going to put the 100 here, alright? Okay, the amount of money she received from the sale of the t-shirts in M size was $180 more than the sale of t-shirt in S size. So M size versus S size. M size got her more money. Okay, so it was $180 more. Okay, your model is going to look like that. And the total is 1620. Okay, this is how much she got from selling the M and S size. So can we find out how much she earned from selling M size and how much she earned from selling M and S size? We can take 1620 to minus 180. We're going to get 1440. And then we take 1440, we divide by 2. We're going to get 720. Okay, so S size we earn $720. M size is 720 plus 180, which is 900. Okay, so this was at a discount of 25%. Okay, so let's find out how many S size, how much each S size t-shirt costs. Okay, so how many S size t-shirt did she sell? 80, correct? So we just need to take $720 to divide by 80. We're going to get $9. And this for S size. Got it? And then for M size, it's $900 to divide by 100 because I sold 100 M size. It's also $9. But don't forget, this is after discount. Okay, so the discount is 25%. So that means $9 is 75%. What is the original price? You just take 9 over 75 times 100. We're going to get $12. Okay? And what's the price difference between S and M size? Let's continue on here. M size is $12, S size is $9. My difference will be $3. And that's just how I get my 3 marks. Okay? So congrats and good job on finishing this paper. I'll see you in the next paper that will be posted in probably 1 or 2 days' time.